Do you ever wake up feeling stiff? Or notice your legs just aren't as strong as they used to be? Perhaps getting up from a chair feels a little harder. Or navigating a few stairs leaves you feeling more winded than it used to. It's a frustrating feeling. Isn't it that subtle decline in our ability to move freely, to stand up without a second thought, to enjoy a leisurely walk with family or friends? You might be blaming age, thinking it's an inevitable part of getting older. But what if a big part of the problem is right on your breakfast plate? Hidden in plain sight, many of us, especially as we get a little older, reach for what we think are quick, harmless breakfast choices. We've been told for years that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And so we grab what's convenient, what's familiar, what we think tastes good. But some of these common morning carbs are actually silent destroyers of your precious leg muscle, literally eating away at your strength and vitality from the inside out. They're contributing to that sluggish feeling, that lack of power, and that subtle but persistent weakening of your lower body. In this video, we're going to uncover the truth about 3 specific breakfast carbs that are doing serious, silent damage to your leg muscle, undermining your independence and your ability to enjoy life to the fullest. More importantly, we'll talk about what you can do about it, offering simple, empowering swaps that can help you reclaim your strength. Make sure you watch right to the very end, because I've got a surprising piece of advice that could completely change your morning routine and revitalize your strength in ways you might not expect. Let's dive straight into the first breakfast carb that you absolutely need to reconsider, especially if you're over 60 and want to keep those legs strong, agile, and ready for whatever life throws your way. This first culprit often appears so colorful and appealing on the supermarket shelves, making promises of quick energy and easy mornings. But it's actually a wolf in sheep's clothing when it comes to your muscles. I'm talking about those bowls of sugary cereals and delightful-looking pastries like donuts, croissants, and many common muffins. Now, you might think, oh, a little bit of sugar isn't going to hurt. But the problem isn't just the sugar itself. It's how these foods impact your body's ability to maintain and build muscle, particularly in your legs. When you pour yourself a bowl of Frosted Flakes, or grab a pre-packaged muffin or a glazed donut, you're essentially flooding your system with refined sugars and highly processed grains. What happens next is a rapid, dramatic spike in your blood sugar. Your body then rushes to produce a lot of insulin to deal with all that sugar. This might give you a temporary burst of energy, that familiar sugar rush. But what follows inevitably is an equally dramatic crash. You know the feeling, don't you? That slump mid-morning, where you suddenly feel tired, unfocused, and just want to sit down. This constant roller coaster of blood sugar and insulin is incredibly detrimental to your leg muscles over time. Here's why. Firstly, repeated high insulin spikes can lead to something called insulin resistance. Think of your body's cells like doors, and insulin as the key that unlocks them to let nutrients in. When you're constantly bombarding your system with sugar, your cells can become less sensitive to insulin. It's like the key stops working as efficiently. This means that even if you're consuming enough protein later in the day, the essential building blocks for muscle repair and growth, your muscle cells might not be able to effectively absorb those amino acids because the door isn't opening properly. So, all that hard work you put into walking or doing light exercises isn't yielding the muscle benefits it should, simply because your cells are struggling to get the nutrients they need. Secondly, high sugar intake promotes inflammation throughout your entire body, and this includes your muscles. Imagine your muscles are constantly trying to repair themselves, especially after a good night's sleep or a bit of activity. When your body is in a state of chronic inflammation, it's like a constant low-grade fire burning inside. This inflammation directly interferes with your muscles' ability to recover, repair, and grow. It can even accelerate muscle breakdown, meaning you're losing muscle mass faster than you're building it, leading to weaker legs and a greater risk of falls or injury. Think about how much more vulnerable your legs feel when you're inflamed or feeling under the weather. These breakfast choices contribute to that underlying inflammatory state every single day. Furthermore, these sugary cereals and pastries are often nutrient voids. They offer very little in terms of the protein, healthy fats, and essential vitamins and minerals that your body, and especially your muscles, desperately need. Your muscles aren't just built from thin air. They require a constant supply of quality protein to repair the tiny tears that naturally occur and to synthesize new muscle tissue. When your breakfast is mostly sugar and refined carbs, you're missing a critical opportunity to fuel your body with what it truly needs to maintain and build strength. You're essentially starting your day with a significant nutritional deficit, leaving your muscles without the fundamental building blocks they require. If your body isn't getting enough protein in the morning, it might even start breaking down existing muscle tissue to get the amino acids it needs for other vital functions, further weakening your legs. So, what can you do instead? The good news is, there are delicious and muscle-friendly alternatives that are just as easy, if not easier, to prepare. Instead of a sugary cereal, opt for a plain Greek yogurt with a handful of berries and a sprinkle of nuts or seeds. The Greek yogurt is packed with protein. The berries provide natural sweetness and antioxidants. And the nuts and seeds offer healthy fats and fiber to keep you feeling full and your blood sugar stable. Or, consider eggs in any form, scrambled, poached, or a simple omelet with some vegetables. Eggs are a fantastic source of high-quality protein, which is paramount for muscle health. A bowl of plain, rolled oats, not the instant, sugary kind, can also be a wonderful choice, especially when topped with protein powder, some nuts, and a tiny drizzle of honey. These choices provide sustained energy, stabilize your blood sugar, and give your muscles the protein and nutrients they crave. By making this simple switch, you're not just avoiding harm. You're actively investing in the strength and longevity of your legs. Now that we've shed light on the hidden dangers of those seemingly innocent sugary breakfast treats, let's turn our attention to another seemingly harmless staple that could be doing just as much harm to your leg muscles. This next culprit is found in almost every kitchen, a cornerstone of many breakfast tables. Yet it harbors a quiet menace for your strength, especially if you're relying on it daily. I'm talking about white bread, processed bagels, and those light, fluffy English muffins that look so inviting. You might think, well, it's just bread. It's plain. But the issue isn't its plainness. It's the intense processing it undergoes. White bread, for example, is made from refined grains. This means that during milling, the most nutritious parts of the wheat kernel, the bran and the germ, which contain fiber, B vitamins, iron, and other essential nutrients, are stripped away. What's left is primarily the endosperm, which is mostly starch. When you eat white bread or a bagel made from refined flour, your body digests it incredibly quickly. It's almost as fast as eating pure sugar, just like with sugary cereals. This rapid digestion leads to a sharp spike in your blood sugar, followed by that inevitable crash. We've already discussed the consequences of these blood sugar roller coasters on insulin sensitivity and inflammation, both of which are detrimental to muscle health. When your blood sugar is constantly yo-yoing, your body is under stress, making it harder for your muscles to recover, repair, and stay strong. Consider the energy aspect. A breakfast of white toast or a bagel might give you an initial burst, but because there's no fiber to slow down absorption, that energy quickly dissipates, leaving you feeling sluggish and perhaps less inclined to move your body. This lack of sustained energy can lead to reduced physical activity throughout the day, which in turn means less stimulation for your leg muscles. And remember, muscles are a use it or lose it system. If you're not moving them, they're going to start to decline. It's a vicious cycle. Eat refined carbs. Feel tired. Move less. Lose muscle. Furthermore, processed grains, for some individuals, can contribute to systemic inflammation. While not everyone is equally sensitive, chronic low-grade inflammation can be a significant barrier to muscle recovery and growth. Your body is constantly trying to heal and repair, but if it's battling inflammation from your diet, it diverts resources away from muscle maintenance. Imagine trying to build a strong house during a continuous minor earthquake. It's much harder for your body to fortify your muscles when it's always dealing with inflammatory signals. Another critical point is nutrient displacement. When you fill up on white bread or a bagel, you're essentially missing an opportunity to consume foods that are rich in the protein and healthy fats vital for muscle health. A typical breakfast of just toast and jam offers virtually no muscle-building protein. Your body needs a steady supply of amino acids throughout the day to repair and build muscle tissue. And breakfast is an ideal time to get a good dose. If your morning meal is dominated by refined carbs, you're likely falling short on this crucial nutrient, leaving your leg muscles literally unfed and unable to perform at their best. Think about it. A slice of white toast provides minimal protein, whereas 2 scrambled eggs offer a substantial amount, along with healthy fats that support overall cell health. So, how can you swap out these muscle-destroying refined grains? The key is to choose truly whole grains and pair them thoughtfully with protein. Instead of standard white toast, look for 100% whole wheat bread. Checking the ingredients list carefully to ensure whole wheat flour is the very first ingredient. Even better, consider a slice of genuine sourdough or sprouted grain bread, which can be easier to digest for some. Then, load it up with muscle-supporting toppings, mashed avocado and a poached egg, or a generous dollop of cottage cheese with sliced tomatoes. These additions provide healthy fats, fiber, and most importantly, quality protein to fuel your muscles. Another fantastic alternative is a plain whole wheat English muffin, topped with a slice of lean ham or turkey and a bit of cheese. The point is to make your carbohydrates work for you by choosing nutrient-dense options and always pairing them with a good source of protein to stabilize blood sugar and provide muscle-building blocks. Moving on from those refined grains, our final hidden villain often comes in a liquid form, or drenched over our favorite breakfast classics. It might surprise you, but it's just as potent in its ability to undermine your leg strength. And sometimes even more so, because we often underestimate its impact. I'm talking about sweetened fruit juices, sugary coffee drinks, and those common pancake or waffle syrups. You might be thinking, but fruit juice is healthy. Right, it's from fruit. While whole fruit is indeed packed with vitamins, minerals, and crucial fiber, fruit juice, especially those from concentrate or with added sugars, is a completely different story. When you juice a fruit, you remove almost all the beneficial fiber. What you're left with is essentially a concentrated dose of sugar. When you drink a glass of orange juice, for instance, that sugar hits your bloodstream incredibly rapidly, without any fiber to slow down its absorption. This creates an even more dramatic and immediate blood sugar spike than solid refined carbs, leading to an even more pronounced insulin response and subsequent energy crash. And as we've discussed, this constant cycle is disastrous for insulin sensitivity and contributes to systemic inflammation, both of which are direct enemies of strong, healthy leg muscles. Think about those popular coffee shop concoctions, the caramel macchiatos, the vanilla lattes, or any specialty drink loaded with flavored syrups. These are often liquid sugar bombs, containing far more added sugar than you'd ever sprinkle into your home-brewed coffee. They offer virtually no nutritional value beyond calories and sugar, yet they contribute significantly to your daily sugar intake. The same goes for those seemingly innocent pancake or waffle syrups that are primarily made of high fructose corn syrup or refined sugars. While they might make your breakfast taste sweeter, they're adding another layer of muscle-destroying sugar to your plate. The impact on your leg muscles from these liquid sugars is profound. Because they lack fiber, they provide no sense of satiety, meaning you can consume a large amount of calories and sugar without feeling full. This often leads to overeating later in the day, contributing to unwanted weight gain. Excess weight puts additional strain on your leg joints and muscles, making movement harder and potentially leading to a more sedentary lifestyle. A sedentary lifestyle is one of the quickest ways to lose leg muscle as you age, creating a cruel paradox where the foods you eat contribute to a cycle of muscle loss. Furthermore, the high sugar load from these drinks can place a significant burden on your liver. Over time, excessive sugar, especially fructose, can be converted into fat in the liver, contributing to conditions like fatty liver disease. A compromised liver affects overall metabolic health, which in turn impacts how your body processes nutrients and energy, directly affecting your muscles' ability to function optimally. It also contributes to that systemic inflammation we've talked about, further hindering muscle repair and accelerating breakdown. You're essentially depriving your muscles of proper fuel and creating an internal environment that works against their health and strength. These liquid calories offer absolutely nothing for muscle protein synthesis, the vital process of building and repairing muscle tissue. So, what are the better choices when it comes to your morning beverages and toppings? The answer is beautifully simple. Prioritize whole, unprocessed options and mindful hydration. Instead of fruit juice, eat a whole orange, an apple, or a handful of berries. You get all the beneficial fiber, vitamins, and minerals without the rapid sugar hit. For your coffee, try it black, or with a splash of unsweetened milk and perhaps a sprinkle of cinnamon for flavor. If you enjoy tea, opt for unsweetened varieties like green tea, which is packed with antioxidants. For your pancakes or waffles, if you must have a sweetener, use a tiny amount of pure maple syrup or a few fresh berries, rather than heavily processed syrups. The best choice of all is simply water. Staying well hydrated is fundamental for muscle function, nutrient transport, and overall vitality. By choosing water, unsweetened teas, or black coffee, you're not just avoiding muscle damage. You're actively supporting your body's natural processes and ensuring your legs get the optimal environment they need to stay strong and functional. We've embarked on a crucial journey together today, exploring how those seemingly harmless bowls of sugary cereal, slices of white toast, and glasses of sweet juice are silently undermining the very muscles that keep you active, independent, and enjoying life to the fullest. We've seen how these refined carbohydrates, with their rapid sugar spikes, inflammatory properties, and lack of essential nutrients, can actively hinder your body's ability to build and maintain strong leg muscles. They contribute to insulin resistance, making it harder for your muscles to absorb the protein they need to repair and grow. They fuel chronic inflammation, creating a hostile environment for muscle health. And they often leave you feeling sluggish and less inclined to move, accelerating the use it or lose it decline in muscle mass that often accompanies aging. But this isn't about fear. It's about empowerment. It's about understanding that you have the power to make simple, impactful changes every single morning that can directly influence your strength, energy, and overall well-being. By choosing high-quality proteins like eggs and Greek yogurt, pairing them with fiber-rich whole grains like true whole wheat bread or oats, and opting for whole fruits and water over sugary drinks, you are doing more than just eating a meal. You are actively building and protecting your leg muscles. You are reducing inflammation, stabilizing your energy levels, and providing your body with the genuine building blocks it needs to thrive. Think about the positive ripple effects: less stiffness, more stamina for your daily activities, a clearer mind, and even improved mood because your body is finally getting the nourishment it craves. Remember, it's not about strict diets or deprivation. It's about making informed choices, small adjustments that add up to powerful results. Every morning, you have an opportunity to nourish your body, not deplete it. Think of it as investing in your future self, the active, vibrant person you want to be. And here's that surprising bit I promised you at the beginning, something that can truly supercharge the benefits of these dietary changes. While cutting out these destructive carbs is absolutely crucial, The true secret weapon for your leg muscles isn't just what you avoid, but also what you add in terms of movement. It's not enough to just fuel your legs properly. You also need to remind them what they're for. Alongside making these smart breakfast swaps, actively integrate gentle, purposeful movement for your legs each morning. This doesn't mean a grueling workout. It could be as simple as standing up and sitting down from a sturdy chair 10 times before you leave the house, or doing some gentle calf raises while you wait for your coffee to brew. Taking a short, brisk walk around your garden or block before you settle into your day can make an incredible difference. The combination of providing your muscles with the right nutritional building blocks and then giving them a signal to wake up and work, even for just a few minutes, creates a powerful synergy. Your legs are built to move, and they respond incredibly well when you give them both the right fuel and the right stimulation. This consistent, gentle, yet intentional movement tells your body to keep those muscles active, strong, and ready for action. It's about creating a holistic approach where what you eat supports how you move, and how you move reinforces the benefits of what you eat. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed a difference in your energy or strength after changing your breakfast habits? Perhaps you found a delicious, muscle-friendly breakfast that you absolutely love. Share your experiences and what works for you in the comments below. Your insights could help so many others in our wonderful community who are looking for ways to boost their strength and vitality. If this video has given you something valuable to think about, something that resonates with your own journey toward better health, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who need this important, empowering information. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos. We're dedicated to bringing you practical, easy to understand advice to help you live your strongest, most vibrant life. No matter your age, remember, age is just a number. Your ability to move, to enjoy life, and to feel strong in your own body is within your control. Take these steps, embrace these changes, and live your best life at every age.